Okay, howdy. My name is Lindsay, and this is going to be my trial run to see what it's like to stream for the next 7 days on Twitch. I know that 1 week isn't really a lot of time to grow on Twitch, it takes a lot longer, but I figured this could be like the first installment of a series where I could check in to see how things are going and how real progress gets made on Twitch. I do have a degree in film and video art production, so I think it'd be cool to kind of take my knowledge on video production and see how I can integrate that back into my life. Unfortunately, 2 months ago, I was in a motorcycle accident and I broke my collarbone and a rib. So if I look lopsided, I probably am lopsided. That would be why. All of my downtime from not being in work, I wanted to kind of reconnect with the things I love again. And now, 2 months post accident, I'm physically a lot better. So I kind of feel like now's the right time to get into that. I wanted to expand my skills and track my progress and be able to follow that real time online. On top of video games, I also love filmmaking, and I haven't made a film in years at this point. After working full time out of college, I just kind of never prioritized it, and I think that happens naturally, and I think this is kind of an easy step into it, just to kind of put it out there and start creating stuff that I find entertaining and makes me happy, and I think other people would find it entertaining too. This is just a kind of a passion project for me to help me create, entertain. Hopefully, people follow the journey, but that's all. I'm gonna kind of update how things are going throughout the week, but I just figured I would kind of do a little introduction why I'm doing this. Okay, howdy. Me again. So today is Monday, July 28th. I started this whole thing Monday, July 21st. I had to think about that. I had a lot of fun. I created a lot of momentum for myself. It just went really well for me, but that being said, it wasn't a super complex stream. It was just me and the game. There was no music or added anything. God damn it, come on. Are you serious, dude? Oh my god, I got him. I got him. I got him. And honestly, I kind of fumbled it because I didn't have my game audio playing. Like I could hear it in my head, but when I looked back at the recording as well as the VOD on Twitch, the game audio is non-existent. Yesterday on the thing, you can't hear the game audio. At least when I played it back, I didn't think I heard the game audio. So, I need to fix that so it's an even balance between my voice and the game. On day 2, I had a also pretty good stream. I had an average viewer of 2, so that was really awesome. But I improved my mic audio before I started the stream that day. I had noticed that on day 1 my mic kind of sounded not as good, and so I added some compression and EQ to help my voice sound more clear, and also if I needed to use my AC unit during the stream, I could, and it wouldn't be blasting my mic. Which right now I think I'm too loud, so I'm gonna turn myself down. We're all learning. It's all a learning curve here. We're all trying to figure it out. That being said, I fixed the game audio problem. If I do my timberjack with this... Oh, I can do this. Okay. So I can get the big boys. I kind of thought I couldn't, but I think it was just because of the rod or whatever. Which I still am a little confused about because of the mixing software I use with Elgato. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, so I'm still kind of workshopping that. Hello? This is editing Lindsay from the future. I actually did figure out what I was doing wrong. I was adding audio outputs instead of adding audio inputs. My bad. My bad. I figured it out. Sorry. Sorry. That's all. Just sprinkling that in. My bad. I have over the last week come up with different solutions on how I can fix things on the fly. Also, once again, thank you, Sarah. Sarah is always there in my chat and can be my eyes and ears for the viewer side. It's really hard to check if my audio is working when I can hear everything fine and I'm trying to listen to the stream, and it's just hard to tell what I'm listening to. I'm drinking a Baja Blast. Please. Oh shit! I didn't even realize I caught a fish. My bad. I'm not locked in right now. My day's going great. I'm drinking a Baja and I'm fishing. What else could I ask for? What else could I ask for? Aside from I'm directly asking for the brown trout. Please, if the brown trout could reveal himself. Day 3 was really all about talking. I had seen some videos of how talking's really important during streams and just knowing how to converse with yourself and not just ask people in the chat questions and then not get an answer, but just asking yourself questions, telling stories. I had a random person come in, engage with me, and they even followed my channel, so that was a really awesome day 3. I was super happy. Granted, it's the only follow I got all week. Huh? A win is a win. A win is a win. I'm about to start day 4. I'm about to go live in a couple minutes, but I figured I'd do an update and show like my Twitch analytics, if you will. Here we can see that I have an average of 1.7 viewers. I got 1 follow yesterday. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I got 1 follow yesterday. I've streamed 5 hours and 22 minutes. I usually shoot for around 2 hours. Maybe an hour and 45, 9 unique viewers and 4 unique chatters. So yesterday I had 2 people in my chat. Granted, transparency, 1 person who shows up to all my streams and chats on all my streams is my friend Sarah. Shout out Sarah. But that being said, these are my analytics so far, so I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. We're only 3 days in. I'm about to do day 4. The issue I think I'm seeing is that the game I chose to kind of stream a bunch is not being really streamed that much. I'm happy with how my analytics are looking, and yeah, I hope to get 1 more follower today, but my game I picked to stream every day is not super discoverable, so we'll have to figure that out, but maybe making some short form content to put on the YouTube and stuff would help. So I need to get on that today. But yeah, I'm gonna go do my next stream. So I'll see you there. Boom. Alright, so we got 2 different sizes there. That's awesome. Oh, a rain blade bait. I never heard of that. We'll toss the bobber on, don't we? And then I don't know where those fish were, but I'm thinking over here. Oof. You know what? We'll go further out. Let's go further out and we'll see what's on the rest of this map. What little freaky animal do they have at the end? Dude, this thing's so fast. Actually insane. Day 4 was honestly my shortest, smallest stream. I had already streamed for multiple days in a row before then, so I was kind of like getting in my head at that point, like, oh god, what am I doing? I also just was like thinking about how I have to create content in order to help my viewership, so that was really weighing on me, that I'm spending all this time being live, but I need to spend equal amount of time doing production afterwards to create content to help kind of get my name, my brand out there. So that was kind of weighing on me. It was probably the worst stream I had. It wasn't really like, you know, anything special, but that being said, thinking about the content while I was doing that stream, I did like a small tutorial thing. Here's how to catch an XL trophy weight fish. First thing you gotta do, you gotta locate their zone, right? I know this dude hangs around this deep crevice here. So we lure him in. Okay, I got the biggest, baddest blade bait that he's ever seen. So he does leave for a bit, but he'll be back. I figured like that's a good way to also kind of talk. And so while I was doing that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be my first piece of content. So when I finished the stream, I made that into like a reel and I posted that yesterday. It took me a few days to edit because I was kind of like just really in my head about it, but I'll get into that later. So day 5, I had streamed for multiple days in a row and I felt how bad day 4 was. So I was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to take a break. If I were to really think about it too, like 7 days a week, most people work 5 and have 2 off. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So day 5, I went to the beach. It was awesome. It ended up pouring though. This is crazy. So it was kind of a little silly, but either way, it was a break day. I didn't work on any content or anything for Twitch at all. I just had a break. Let's fucking go. So years ago, 2 years ago, I bought the Elgato Wave 3. Show it to this camera. Show it to this one. How beautiful is she? Beautiful. Awesome mic. Super happy. About a week ago, started streaming again. Boom. Elgato face cam. And then today, I wanted to stream on my PlayStation. So boom. Brand new Elgato 4KS. Can stream up to 4K. And it'll be great for PS4 and eventually I'll get a PS5. Got my my Razer Nari, my Razer Death Adder. Boom. I'm like stuck in a corner right now with him. Run, chicken gizzard, run! Let me heal up. He's so low health. He is so low health. Oh, I got him! I got him! I got the asylum field. Let's go! Awesome. I got his ass. My first one down. Chicken gizzard got him. I don't know what that means when you retrieve lost power. I don't know what that means. Day 6. It wasn't a super successful stream, but that being said, I was super happy with it because I was taking all of the different things that I was learning and just kind of trying to improve upon. So for starters, I streamed a new, more engaging game. I started Dark Souls. I feel like this would help me talk more naturally because I was playing a very chill indie game before, and I love a good indie game, but that game had no discoverability on Twitch, and so I wanted a game where people could actually find me. So I started that, and I really tried to up my production value. I started with like chatting in the beginning, like just me and my face, and music playing, which once again I was running into issues with having the music play on my end, but then it's not actually playing on the stream. Can you hear the music? It's like lagging for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. No. Why? It's like my mixer here like doesn't work. I'll have to. All right, I'm just gonna say fuck it, we ball, and I'm just gonna play as is. But I'm nervous about the audio and just trying to figure that out. I even added like a little death counter because I figured that's like another way to kind of like create interest and have it be a little more engaging. But yeah, and it was also my first time streaming off a console, so I thought that was kind of cool. Once again, the first hour of the stream is me figuring out like audio stuff because I don't know how to tweak like stream stuff and how to make sure things work before I'm streaming, so I just kind of do it while I'm streaming. But we were working out the kinks between playing the music and then making sure that the capture card was sending my audio from the console to the stream. I had never done that before, so it was all just kind of a whole learning process, but got it to work. And ended up, I watched the VOD back. The game audio is a little loud, but I just turned it down. Like I have the recording and I turned it down myself, and honestly my voice isn't too overpowered, but it sounds a little loud on the stream, so that's for future note. But I once again had another unique chatter. We did a lot of clips. I had a good amount of unique viewers, which once again, that game's a bit more discoverable, so I think getting clips from Dark Souls would be really fun to make content. I actually already made one reel for it, but because there was a fun moment, so I made one reel from it because there was a fun moment that actually was clipped. But I'm making my own edits. I'm not using the Twitch integrated clip thing to export them to other social medias. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know how to use that, so but yeah, that was my day 6, which was actually the last stream I did. I might stream tonight, because I might post another reel and then stream tonight. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 streams in, but 6 days total I've been kind of doing this. I still need to work on content. I'm really slacking, and I think that if I did some reels, it would help me get in the flow of like creating and doing stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with like how my stream looks. I would like to update like a lot of the text on my profile and just like the branding. So that'd be really great, but I'm pretty happy with like a lot of it. And I think it's like an entertaining stream. I've gotten really good at just like talking and talking and talking. Day 7 yesterday was fully another no streaming, just working day. I actually did a lot. I started my thumbnail for this video, which it looks like a 5-year-old made it. I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like trying to do what other people do in like trendy kind of thumbnails, and it's a lot harder than it looks. I also started editing and organizing all my clips. Had the word spread that this is what I'm doing to friends, so people are kind of in the know now. But yeah, I was just doing a lot of work on different content kind of stuff, and like I said, I posted my first reel. So what I totally meant to mention was that everyone should follow and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to go to my Twitch and follow so you can get those notifications for when I go live. Thanks. This might sound a bit mushy, but getting into the flow of making content after not doing it is like crazy. I didn't realize how much it feels like work, which sounds crazy because it's a lot of people's job to do this. But when it's usually a hobby and a passion, it usually doesn't feel like this. But I really kind of put pressure on myself this past week to really like do it. But it was a lot harder than I expected. So kudos to anyone who actually does this for work. Being out of the habit of editing really made me realize that getting back into it, things take a lot longer than I think. You know, I used to like really have a flow state with it, and I have not been in that flow state in years. I think what really separates a lot of people from doing this and not doing this is this part. The content part, because it's pretty easy to hit a button and go live, but to really learn the equipment, learn the software that you got to use to make the equipment better, figure out how it all flows together, how to improve things, like it's a lot of troubleshooting, a lot of it. Like I'm sure people who have done it for years have a flow now, but I have no technician next to me saying, okay, well, here's how you do this. I'm filming this on my phone because my laptop blue screened. I'll put the picture here, but she blue screened, restarted, and was like frozen. Super frozen, super not working. I would say that being a perfectionist is probably what kills a lot of people in this. My first reel I made is nothing crazy. Honestly, I feel so much embarrassment and cringe looking at it, watching it, making it, and knowing that people I know and my friends have seen it. That being said, if I don't make anything, if I let the paralyzed feeling of being a perfectionist eat me alive, I will never post anything, and if I never post anything, I'll never get better. I'll never continue. And like I said, I think that's what really separates people who do this and people who don't. I also kind of have this expectation of getting nothing in return, so any small thing is like really rewarding. So here are my Twitch stats in the last 30 days. Overall, I've streamed 11 hours. I had 1.4 average viewers, 1 follow, 13 unique people saw my streams, and 5 unique people chatted. That's not crazy. It's not impressive. In terms of the internet, there's people who post their stats and it's crazy. I personally went from no viewers, no new follows, no time streamed, no chatters. I had nothing. So to go from nothing to this in a week, and I could only imagine the more you try, the progress from my day 1 stream to my last stream is immense. I did a lot to improve my stream. And so I can only imagine what it's like to go another week to figure out more things to make the stream better, to make my content better. It only goes up. The more you try, the more you push. But I will say, the mental game is tough. Like, I wake up and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm humiliating myself on the internet. I mean, it's like, no one's seeing it but the people I know, you know? It's kind of crazy. I'm happy with the stuff I'm making. I know if I make nothing, I get nothing in return. So to make something, no matter how iffy it is or how much I need to troubleshoot or work on different aspects of it, the fact that I'm making something, it gives me something to be excited about, something to look forward to. That's all. That's it. That's all I got. This is a very long-winded video. Figured I'd just toss that out there. I'm really ashamed of this this thumbnail. I don't know how I'm gonna make this better. But that's all. I'll see y'all in the next one.